The formation of the canon of the New Testament. When the first Christians consulted the Holy Scriptures, they studied the Old Testament of the Jews. Since Greek was the language of the ancient church, it was only natural that the first Christians used a standard Greek translation of the Old Testament, the Septuagint. According to legend, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, who ruled Egypt between 285 and 246 BC, assembled a team of 72 Hebrew scholars to translate the Jewish scriptures into Greek for his great library in Alexandria. They produced a text called the Septuagint, from the Greek word for 70, or simply LXX, from the Roman numeral for 70. Most quotations from the Old Testament and the Gospels and other books of the New Testament come directly from the Septuagint. Although the story of the 72 scholars in Alexandria may be a legend, the LXX is much older than the standard Hebrew text of the Old Testament, the Masoretic text, traditionally attributed to the Synod of Jamnia. This council of Jewish leaders, which established the authoritative Hebrew text of the Scriptures, met sometime between 90 and 100 AD. Eventually, the Church added the New Testament to the Old Testament to produce the Christian Bible. The list of officially recognized books in the Bible is called the Canon, from the Greek word for standard. The ancient Church simply adopted the Canon as found in the 70, which contains 49 books. At the Reformation, the Protestants rejected the Septuagint in favor of the Masoretic text, which contains only 39 books. Most English Bibles that include the books found in the Septuagint but not in the Masoretic text label them as Apocrypha, from the Greek word for hidden. Although the Orthodox Church continues to consider the Septuagint its official version of the Old Testament, some modern Orthodox consider the extra books readable, or deuterocanonical books, because they are not of the same level of authority as the books found in the Hebrew canon of the Old Testament. The formation of the canon of the New Testament did not conclude until the latter part of the 4th century. Various groups that challenged the teachings of the Church produced a large number of works claiming apostolic authorship, such as the Gospel of St. Thomas or the recently discovered Gospel of Judas. When Marcion, a self-proclaimed prophet, not recognized by the Church, rejected all Gospels except for the Gospel of St. Luke, the Church had to decide which books it considered authentically divinely inspired and worthy of reading during its worship. This process created the canon of the New Testament. This began with a recognition by the Church of the authority of the Gospels, St. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Writing in about 180 AD, Theophilus, the 6th bishop of Antioch, was the first known Christian writer to consider the Gospels divinely inspired and equal to the books of the Old Testament. He also called St. Paul's epistle to the Romans and his first epistle to Timothy the divine word. Meanwhile, St. Irenaeus of Lyon successfully argued that there are only 4 true Gospels, St. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, not many as recognized by various groups outside the Church. In 1740, L.A. Muratori discovered a list of works read during worship services, probably written in Rome between 155 and 200 AD, that included most of the books in the modern New Testament. St. Athanasius of Alexandria completed the formation of the canon of the New Testament. In 325 AD, the Council of Nicaea instructed the Bishop of Alexandria to send an annual festal letter to the other bishops informing them of the date of Pascha, the annual celebration of the resurrection of Christ. In 379, St. Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, included a list of the books which he considered worthy of inclusion in the New Testament in his 39th festal letter. His prestige was so great that the rest of the Church adopted his list of canonical books at the Council of Carthage in 419 AD. In 692, the Council in Trullo, the continuation of the 5th and 6th ecumenical councils, ratified the decisions of the Council of Carthage, making St. Athanasius' list of canonical books the official New Testament of the Christian Church. The canon, from the Greek word for rule, of the New Testament came from the worship of the Church. In evaluating all the books that claimed apostolic authorship, the leaders of the Church compared their contents with the teachings inherited from the apostles or holy tradition and rejected those books which contained ideas incompatible with the teachings of the apostles. For example, Serapion, Bishop of Antioch, at the end of the 2nd century, told the Church of Rossos not to use a text called the Gospel of St. Peter, because despite its claim to apostolic authorship, it could not be authentic because its ideas are contrary to the teachings which the Church received from the apostles. Thus, the Church did not take its beliefs from the Bible. Instead, the Church only chose those books which contained doctrine that conformed to the teachings that the Church had inherited from the apostles. Because the Bible is a written expression of the holy tradition of the Church, the Orthodox Church has always looked to the rest of holy tradition as a guide for the proper understanding of the Bible. The effort to understand Holy Scriptures apart from the other expressions of Holy Tradition only lead to chaos and divisions among Christians, as each individual or group impose their personal interpretation on the sacred text.